right. So we got a lot on our plate today. Yeah, there could be some people in doubt or something. They don't want to change to come. All right. They don't want to change to come. Something about virtue. This could be why they put in this lion all at the top or something. And then that little tiny person is at the bottom. And then the hand energy, India is up here. So like England, India, and the child is down trying to get up. And there you guys, the zebra, these big wands. This could be having something to do with Africa. These Africans, or whatever this is, the zebra energy. This could be who heisted my marriage or whatever. Like they got married to me, but they took the marriage on with a decoy version of me that they can control. So that's kind of like remind me of this. And then you have these two kids, a boy and a girl. But these people be ruining the children by castrating them or changing them out. And think about that Empress card with the boy and a girl on the lap. Some of us had a boy and a girl, or again, two nations fighting inside of each other. Two nations fighting inside of one. This could also be boys and girls. How, within the past couple of years, everybody's been having those platforms up about men do this, women do this. Why men don't do this? Why women do this? This could be something like this. Like the womb don't actually have to be in that statement. It doesn't have to be about. It doesn't have to be about your actual womb. See, because somebody's like, oh, the narrow path. You gotta. Me and my daughter's just talking about church and how the pastors be doing this, and then they go in the background and they tell what the Bible really talking about. And somebody's like, oh, the narrow gate, but that's not for Christ coming. Christ is the Son. They're gonna illuminate all of these things. There's teaching. That's why people are sitting at that person's feet like, whoa, we never heard it like this. You see, God didn't let them crucify Christ because he was teaching the expanded version of the word, or that he was using images, or he or she was using images, or he or she was using, because if this is the case, the whole world going to hell. Because if Christ was a girl this whole time and you made the picture as a boy because you knew it was going to be hard enough for a female to break through. And when women did go into feminism, they didn't carry if they would have carried the Christ as a woman, the actual real person that is the Christ, they could have got somewhere, but they didn't do that. Then it turned into womanizing through, calling out other women because um, they're not strong enough, or they're not independent enough, or they still depend on a man, or they don't depend on a man, or they're BBL, or they don't have a BBL. It started being about everything else. Okay, but we have there could also be something about incest here, like a brother and a sister. Okay, having a child, and this child may be disabled or something like this. Okay, or the child is not going to be able to walk, or the child is not going to be able to stand. All right. Because I'm noticing that this child is a lot smaller. Look at that little tiny bitty old child. It's standing up. But this one is not. You see what I'm saying? It's the climb. This one is up here with this Hananum energy. Or with India. Somebody could be like a dancer or something like this. Okay. Plus, I was hearing that in some type of writings, it's talking about like different gates, or that some people I forget, somebody else was considered a gate in the Bible, but then it says Christ came through and said, aren't I also, or am I not the gate, or am I not also a gate, or the gate? Okay, so this is like somebody saying, the gate is narrow to try to make somebody that's plus size feel like they can't be the person. Or again, if you do a wider range of things, this could also be talking about people that might, like with the world card energy, that person is picking up energy from everywhere. So somebody would think that that person have ADD the way that they read, but she's not reading like a high priestess. A high priestess is like, my man wants me to talk about, my earthly man wants me to talk about X, Y, and Z. And I don't know why they talk about pillars of earth, because earth is under judgment. There was a destruction supposed to be coming to the earth because of the way that they treated the son, or the way that they treated the Christ, or the way that they're treating this whole situation. So We read the other day that they could try to hide it if they want to, but the earth is under judgment. So again, in certain senses, there is a reason possibly why we had Hitler, or we got these people that's talking about depopulate. They're not really saying who is being depopulated. Maybe somebody found out that there's 30,000 or a million zombies on the earth and they need to be depopulated. Maybe these were a million of the original people of this soil, and they wanted to kill them. I'm not gonna go all the way into that. You use that to discern, all right? Because Alex Jones was sitting there talking about this, but you were there with them. Like Peter, I think it was trying to act like he wasn't there, and then Jesus turned around and said, "Wasn't you there with them?" When you sitting here talking about these 20 million people or something like this, and you just, only reason why you standing up because you know that God is getting on to you and the sun is shedding the light on you and showing what you were creating behind the scenes to go against the sun, pretending to love the sun for unconditionally. But that's why I said these people left me behind so that I would be behind and what I would not know what the wicked are doing. And because this wide expand what the wicked are doing, and a lot of people want to be on wickedness because they want to come up, then after Christ is trying to speak, these people didn't say, "Hey, let me open up this place for you. Oh, you need a place of silence? Let me open up a church. You could go live upstairs. Oh, let me get you to a place where you could, expand this. Let me get you a couple of people so to help you, I think you got something here." No, these people try to kill me and take my works and then teach it to people that have kaleidoscope's mind that you made in, like mine, that you made in a lab when you went against God and you took my kundalini fluid and you take things from my body or something and then you use it and mark my name off of it, which is my brand. It's what they would call album, or it's my masters or something like this, and then you're taking it over here and using it in your own way. You see? And we can't condone that. All right? So we got an emperor could be standing up to these people, okay? And just like Moses, you stole God's children. You didn't have children. You were only supposed to be leading the children, Alex Jones, and telling these people this thing. But you started stealing from me, and you started stealing from God, and you started to steal the people, and you started to try to create your own people, or you're trying to create your own thing. And it's getting condemned right at the gate. Right at the gate, because this must be a vampire. This younger version is masculine that y'all whisked away with my crown. Yeah. So, and then if I would be lucky if this person picked me after the betrayal and after the intent to harm, because there has been some type of harm now. I didn't hurt myself. So now this is also about rallying up people to go against someone or for a cause or the right to be able to form a group of people to riot or something. At the same time, if whatever you do goes to harming a person, or they get hit by a car or something like this, okay, then that's a different charge then. So you could do something to incite some type of riot or some type of protest or something like this, but I feel like I read that, but if it causes somebody harm or something, then you're in big trouble. So while somebody's ballroom dancing and doing all this stupid shit that you're not even supposed to be doing right now, all whatever you doing trying to tease me or say, "Oh, I wish you could see me in a crown. I wish you could do this." I talked about the deceit that you're doing behind. You did it. Your intentions were to ruin or crack the foundation or abuse or beat on the marriage. You understand? Because you couldn't beat me. You can't control me because this is God essence here. But you went with the essence of God. Damn. And so you try to create a dummy. You mess with my image. You presented a graven image to these people as if you were ruling side by side for me all the time, with me all this time, and you were not. That's why it's time for you to fall and me to rise. Okay? Because these people are using peer-to-peer communication or whatever you were doing, and everything you're building, even up around me, even if you're planning on taking these children into it, the children are already condemned because they went against their mother, we can't help it now. You want to try to use all your force and military because you want it to feel like, oh, you went against me and this is why your life is so horrible. What life? None of this shit. I can't die with none of this stuff. The trees in my backyard that I like to look at, the whatever this is, the cars that I like to play with, my crap. I can't take the children with me. I can't take this person with me. What did you break? Nothing. I can't take these clothes with me. I'm not always going to be able, if in this human experience, anything can happen. I'm not always going to be in control of when I can brush my teeth. I may not always be in control of when I can put clothes on. These are sucker free people. Oh, you dress bohemian. I don't dress nothing. I dress like what I can afford right now. I put clothes on my back so I can move outside and go do the things that I'm take care of, the responsibilities that I'm supposed to be taking care of. Not dressing for fashion, you, me, or nobody. I'm doing what I can do to get through right now. So do you understand what I'm saying? But you, on the other hand, see, you don't know how I dress because I'm not even dressing. When somebody like, girl, I'm about to get dressed, you know, when, you know, especially with black people, you know, that mean that this ain't her regular shit she about to walk up out of this room with. When she say, oh, bitch, I'm about to go get dressed. I'm about to get my hair done before I go to this party. The person that I probably going to dress the way that they dress every day when they go to work, or they just sitting around the house or whatever like this, you know, that person probably going to come out looking like different. You know what I'm saying? So again, we got the emperor energy here. Okay. With intent to harm. Somebody could have chipped somebody with intent to harm. My in-laws and my family and community could have been um putting a camera on me and trying to mix up my words with intent to harm. Intent to harm. You know, somebody should act like they was better than somebody by saying, oh, just see what she's talking about. Her videos are too long. You're not going fast enough. Your video should only be 5 minutes. For what? For the criminal? For me to present? So I won't serve you. This is why I'm not talking about, I don't talk the way you want me to. I'm not talking about what you want me to. I'm talking about what God said. I'm not worried about what mere man is doing. You're mere men. There's not a problem that I don't know what these criminals and these people are doing. The things that I need to know, I speak them on here. The things that the government, if they're still in the right mind, would need to know, that's what's being spoken here. Nothing said anything about trying to condemn a woman or rape a woman. I think in the Quran, it said that these people should be killed or something like this if they rape a woman. Well, what if they rape her money? What if they rape her accounts? What if they rape? Because I was hearing that somebody's like, oh, in Islam, you know how they take care of their wives or something like this, and that the woman's money is hers, and da 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 da. But they only say that after they stole the woman's identity or the woman's father's identity. Okay, after they stole that, and then they hold all that money, and then they're not really doing that. They're just paying your way with the money that came with your escrow or the money that came with your dowry after they slaughtered the father and took and took access or something of the child. But it's a new day, it's a new age. This is decreased. You're not gonna be playing with me like that. You're not going to get no return. You don't get to, I will not, my children will not share with these people. They will not meet with these people. They will not breed with these people. Of course, people are going to do what they want to do, but they won't be accepted into the kingdom because of it. So there's very subtle things that somebody can lure you into thinking, or ways that if you're dating somebody for 2 years or 3 years or whatever this is, there's very subtle things that these people could be doing that changes your perspective on something. Because I was just about to ask my daughter this. Well, what made it different? You're saying that somebody's contacting you saying that it could be your father or something, and you're all looking up his family and going through his what was wrong? What did you think about what is wrong in your mind that you had this family? And I was talking about this biblical stuff first, and I was telling you that I feel like I'm the Christ and things like this, and you wanted to shut me down. But now you're believing that you're the Christ and your children are the ones, and this person filled your head up with this. You understand what I'm saying? And this person is the same person that took this destiny or tried to divert or change my journey a long time ago. But this is the knot that this person tied is going to be the thing that gets around your neck. Because even if I find out this Muhammad person, it's not even really him, the Biggs boy and the Coleman boy or whatever this is, or the people that's playing the slot in those family lineages. Is if this goes back to the trumpet, if this Muhammad energy, if this goes back, because I'm thinking about Trump Tower, back in the day, that person said his dad owned the Embassy Suites. I think about the Drake Hotel, all these different people that own these hotels, and the Kanika thing that happened at the hotel. So it's going to be the knot that somebody tied, thinking that they slick, and the haughtiness that you moving around the earth, slandering the Christ, and then moving around here as if it is you and these vandals that you know what you did when even if you got something that looked like me with you right now, or you chose somebody else. Oh, do what you're gonna do. You see what I'm saying? But there's consequences for it. There's consequences for it. So I was telling her, well, okay, this somebody come to you and say this one thing right now, and now you're all gung ho. All your life you already had this dad, you already had me already in the Bible for the past 20 years, getting on y'all nerves, and now it's supposed to sound so sweet coming out of your mouth, but what I'm saying is it's not sweet. It's a challenge, or you're upset, or you're distraught. You see. And she was like, well, this person's not, well, my person was a nice person too. He took care of all the bills and everything, but again, this is somebody trying to be funny or whatever like this. Okay. The $20 that my person usually leaves me in the bathroom to get cigarettes or snacks or something throughout the day or whatever like this is not there. But my daughter is saying, oh, I had something in my room, right? And then somebody sent me the narrow gate. But some of these gates are the gates of hell. And that's exactly where you're going. Now, we pulled in that scripture that somebody had those scars or those bumps or something. Okay. A young girl, a princess of wands or something like this. And then we had the black hole. It was disguised as like a portal or something like this that was in reverse. Okay. So somebody could be trying to flash that in my face or flash that in your face or something like this. But again, we're seeing that. That's why I say these people are trying to lift up the darkness and the dead. So if that's if what Bill Gates and Fauci and them was doing, but I just think that because what Alex Jones said, oh, Bill Gates and Fauci, that's two different things to me. Bill Gates will be somebody that was probably the one that was a dragon. I mean, I said a dragon. Somebody that would be somebody that could probably be blocking out the sun. That's also whatever that definition is that I put up yesterday. It was about some type of intent to block out the sun or whatever like this, okay? Or to try to trap the sun, or to try to get everything around the sun to be in disarray, or try to, bully or push out the sun, okay? But they did have that article back in the day that Bill Clinton, damn, Bill Gates and them was talking about blocking out the sun. But I feel like if they were doing something, they could excuse me, this was some type of genetic genocide or something like this, okay? Now what Fauci could have been doing is also, it's on the same length, is on the same wavelength, because they were trying to kill out a certain family with the older DNA so they can bring in this new frequency and keep on getting people on this 40-year cycle of some type of savior complex or something. And when a person actually show up, you have the intent to harm this person, kill this person, or get rid of them, or just pass them up in succession. But I'm hearing whatever they're doing to me is very unique. And it's the first time that they ever tried it this way. And they're not going to win. Whatever they did this time with this slaughtering, or this public humiliation or something, this was the last straw. Okay. So I was telling her, so this person contacted you this time ago. I don't mind. Go ahead and get whatever you want. But I don't trust any DNA test or anything. Matter of fact, the Muhammad person that you're talking about, and this other boy that I dated around that time, and my actual boyfriend that I ended up marrying later on, all of these people have created clones of you. They put all that money there. They've been using it or whatever in order to move forward into the elite rooms and things like this or whatever like that. And so this person already had one of you. The person is already killed. The younger version of this child is the little girl that was over there in Israel, locking herself and barricading herself in that room. The only thing, the forehead is different because they put some kind of chip or something in her forehead. The same thing they did with it's the same chip or something that what's his name, whatever, Gotti, Irv Gotti, he got the same thing in his forehead. But you look at her forehead, look at her face or whatever like this. It's the same thing that's in these children, the grandchildren's head, the D babies, the twins. It's the same chip or something that's in their heads. Now, the actual daughter, probably if they got her around the age of like 18 or 17, 18 or something, that was the girl that was over there in another country, barricading herself in her room and saying that she wanted to get some type of asylum. Okay, so that's Mohammed's daughter. You killed the girl, or she missing, or you changed her identity and gave her another position, and then now you coming over here to get this one. So this also ties in that the VG tarot reader or master teacher or whatever, that particular I call them Galeites, okay, that she's looking a lot more like my daughter than my daughter looked like me. This means that these people had to rape or pillage me. They either had to, they're transgender and they had to have sex with me, or they had to steal eggs from me at some point in time in order to create these spawn or whatever, these offspring in a science lab. Okay. Um, so, or that's Snowden's, or because Snowden kind of looked like them too. Again, this is the knot that they tied because my boyfriend looked like Snowden back in the day. So if he was CIA, if he was a CIA agent, okay, and you're doing the same thing again, it's a perpetual. You're doing the same thing again with this daughter. You're doing the same thing again. I'm putting a stop to it right now before it even start. Putting a stop to it right now before it even start. So the girl that was over the barricading herself, that is my daughter Amaya Bruton when she was now that don't mean that that's the version that was living with me. That's the one that was probably when she first started out dating this boy. When she first started out dating the little Jose boy, dark skinned boy from like the Dominican with the curly hair. That could be also a spawn of like me and this D energy or this Kanye energy. That could be also something about a brother, or when they was dating, they could have been creating spawn off of those two, and then just hiding them out in the world somewhere. Okay, and now the daughter, she got her family. She done started now, but that's what she looked like when she first started dating him. When she first started dating that boy. So she been here 3 years. I mean, four. So when people like, oh, you tell our business online. No, I'm giving you want to be a part of this, right? You want to say that you the next people or something, right? Okay, well then you slander me in public, you in private, right? So we're basically just going to, show the clues that how these people are doing this shit over again now, and just to put an end to it. So that was probably about 3 years ago. So probably about good within the past 3 or 4 years or something here. Something could have happened to her, that version of her, and then they created this one. But VG and them was the ones that was attacking me as a child. That's why I said all these old, middle-aged looking hoes, they're really older than what they is. They're gonna have to go. That's also a spawn of Lizzie the Great tarot reader. Because I've seen Lizzie the Great in my home or the Mae Jackson home when I was little. Either it was in a vision, it was in a dream, or it was in a situation where the person shouldn't have been there. It was a place or something where I thought I was alone. You get what I'm saying? Like my bedroom or something when I thought I was alone when I seen the vision of this woman. Rather she is a entity or whatever the fuck it is, a boo hag or something like this. I remember this, okay? And so that child looked more like you. That child, the one that was barricaded in there, that was living with me as my daughter, okay? That was living with me as my daughter. That one, that could be also a mixture between you and Sandra Henley, the auntie. So you, I don't know what happened to the little girl after she barricaded herself in that room, okay? But I'm getting that now. I'm getting that right now, okay? Um, Also, I'm getting a lot of like somebody like, oh, I'm leaving now, I'll be back or whatever. And then somebody is like a serial rapist or something. They rape some kind of authority over women. They're doing this and recording it or something to try to get all this is like sisters doing this to sisters, or tensions going on because somebody is feeling some kind of way, or I don't know, it's something weird going on. All these men like this, okay? When I talked to that guy yesterday in the parking lot, when I was on that live, when y'all saw me talking to that guy, he was like, oh, I thought I saw you somewhere at some place or whatever. And I'm like, he was like, no, when I first came down here, whatever. I'm like, well, no, I haven't been out like in this way in a long time. I went out once, like a little while back, but that was in Kenosha. He was like, no, I thought I seen you somewhere up here or something. Or I seen you, I know you from somewhere. He kept saying, I know you from somewhere. I'm like, no, you don't know me. So they could be pimping out a version of me or something like this to try to spoil my reputation or something. But the whole time I've been sitting in the house, right? Yeah, this could be somebody, the King of Wands, that wants to get the head off of a female, a fire sign, or a Leo energy, or somebody that's a lion. Person is not going to be able to do that, okay? Whoever this person is, somebody in their feelings, all in their head. You see how his head is like the cool water cologne? This also giving me like the Versace, the new water Versace bottle or something like this. Or it's not new, but within the past couple years. That's in reverse. And then we got whatever energy. This could be also this Miami energy. Somebody's trying to stop from these people being sacrificed. Okay, this is about looks here. This is about lust of the eye or something like this. Okay, so we have somebody's child or something. Somebody could have immunity, but there could be a child here that don't have, excuse me, that don't have the courage to do something to these two people here. This could even be a clone or a clone version of me in this particular masculine here. Okay, this person might not, they wear there's something on the sleeve or not on the sleeve, but this is somebody that's highly emotional in their head. They don't speak out their mouth their emotions. They keep it all. That's another thing. To not tell your wife that you care about her or love her or show her affection. That's also holding back sex, is what I'm finding out. I didn't always know this stuff. I've only come to the conclusion of these things over the past couple of years. But these are also things because they always like to turn it on the woman, or just if the woman have sex. But if the man have sex with somebody else, they don't look at it like that. But if the woman do, but I want to say it's 99 things, 99 problems, but a bitch ain't one. There's 99 things that men do on a day-to-day basis in these cults to try to strip women of their destinies, that are also sexual immoralities, or there's holding too much of the power in the relationship. This is also some type of sin or something. Holding back money is some type of financial or other type of abuse. Holding back about the truth about how money is spent in the relationship, what's behind the scenes if the person passes away, things like this. Withholding information. This is also letting the devil in. Do you see what I'm saying? All right. And I was telling my daughter this a minute ago. We have to be careful with that because, you never know. We be saying, what God put together, but God didn't put together every marriage. Well, some of us made these choices for ourselves, or we seen the red flags, or you didn't do enough searching, or you didn't know, or you were bamboozled or something like this and got into these unions. Okay. And some of these people, these wannabe gods, put us together with these people, and we're not supposed to be with these people. We're just going to keep going through these perpetual things of slavery or something like this. Somebody doesn't want to see a good girl win, or the something like this, okay? Or they don't want to see the actual person, or let's just say not even good or bad. Let's just say the authentic, the real thing. They don't want the real deal, because people on earth don't want change. They don't want the real thing. So some of us are just tired of just that aspect of the thing. Like, even have to worry about regarding these people's feelings at all, because you don't know what you want, or you don't know what you need, or you don't know what's going on. You could read all the newspapers and watch all the news on the media that you want. You can get all the intel if you want. But again, you're denying the Christ, or you're denying something if you're sitting there knowing the truth and you're not speaking on it on your channel, but you got some warlock tied into your energy, or some vampire, especially these high priestesses and these witches that are using you as a portal to get a message through. But you know who Christ is, and you're not using every message of your day to get the true message about who Christ is and what it is, because you think you have a chance in the kingdom. You better check yourself. Okay. So we have something about somebody is saying that it's a fantasy. Okay, sweet fantasy baby. This Mariah Carey. They could be saying this, but I think that that's Tasha Spencer. That's who I think that is, or the mother of that person. And we have judgment in reverse, because something is not a fantasy about what's about to happen. What did I say? That's 7 cups, 7 nations. This is somebody that's sitting on these cups. Somebody sitting on this is the footstool. Now they're gonna be propping up a girl, somebody that look like they fit the part, put them in the position or something like this. They might even start saying, because they can say if Christ used tarot, and Christ was the only one in the old writings that was supposed to be using cards. I didn't say everybody else should pick up cards and use the cards. I don't teach people how you think you already won by having all eternal pick up the cards, and then tell people and teach people how to pick up the cards, because you thought that that's what I wanted to go into. No, I only use the cards for this purpose. If God is in me, and God is allowing me to use these cards, and it's helping me get people to understand something, then God is okay with me using the cards. Okay. And anyways, on this channel, we know that the tarot is in the Torah, and the Torah is in the tarot. That we have already matched up several cards from the original Rider-Waite tarot deck to scriptures, word for word. So We don't sit here and argue back and forth about that on this channel. And nobody has been able to do that in the public eye, or nobody has done that. All right. So somebody won't be disappointed here. Whatever somebody's seen, heard, or something recently, you won't be disappointed how this resonated with some people. But I feel like whoever this is, they want to like play games with you. And this is the thing. Somebody's giving you high hopes or false hopes, or if you're giving somebody around you or somebody that's important to you this. Okay? Because somebody keeps sending me that song within the past 3 months, False Kings. You know, I want to be with you. I wish I was there with you. Oh, I fall into the hands of a false king. Blah, 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 blah. This, all right, hurt you. That thought that something was lifting them up higher than everyone else and made them feel that, and then stripped them down from that post. All right. So yeah, she was like, I might end up over in Palestine. I'm like, girl, see, because I didn't, and I said I'm not gonna never sit here and argue back and forth about. I say what I say as a vessel of light or whatever, and I'm not gonna ever sit here and be arguing. I don't want to argue with nobody about their or say you should do this, or I'm not telling anybody read this or do this or something like this. I say what I say and I move on. All right. So yeah, so this could be something that as soon as they thought that something was going to be risen, it's already fallen. Okay. Yeah, there's no gain for these people. They're not going to gain this. They're not going to keep this or something like this. Okay. So this is like the government being caught, or another agency being caught, allowing people, because I think she was like, oh, he's Jewish, and you know, with Jewish people. And I'm thinking, well, like the Jewish people ain't even the real Jews. These is mimickers, or they're mimickers of the Jews. So this is like the new group that's coming in. They want to take over. They want to kill all the Jews, and they want to be what it is, but they're a portion of it. They're or they're not the original, authentic, you know, versions. Okay. So again, this is what we're talking about when we're talking about large masses of people that may accept religions and go into them and follow certain traditions and da da da. I'm not here to be in your religions. I'm not in here to be in your churches. I'm not in here to be following whatever. Why would that? Don't even make no sense. That's like me teaching a whole bunch of boys how to work on cars, and I got to teach them about the motor and everything like this. Why would I be sitting over there in the seat with them asking questions unless there's some new cars out and I got to go to like some what you call those things? Some convention or something in another state or another country to learn about new motors that they're putting in new foreign cars. And I've been getting a lot of these cars, and or doctors or something. Oh, I got to go to the convention because they got new ideas of how to do open hearts, more money. Or I might be able to, you know what I'm saying, make something easier. Whatever this is for me. It might be a savior. Well, we had to separate everything 100 times. Now we only got to do it 10 times or something. It might be very beneficial, right? To go back in and learn something, right? But if you're a vassal that is with that alchemist energy and is coming through you, you make people say you got to read more books. Watchers could be like, you're not reading enough. But in that reading before I did yesterday, it's like somebody don't have to, somebody is the read. Like the energy is charging right through this person, you know, in some type of way here. All right. So that was the situation I was just having. All right. Yeah, we're talking about like a leap of faith or something here. Okay, so it's almost like my person is here doing little tricks or stuff in the house, but they're also, when they leave here, they go somewhere else and they're being like fitted for crowns, or there's two of them. Okay, and the person is doing like having parties, getting to know people, opening up, loosening up. Now they're part of the society. They feel like their secrets are safe with these people, so on and so forth. Okay, it's something like this. This could be people that was already slew and they feel better now. They don't have the much pressure on them no more about the things that they did against somebody or something like this. They was able to die, let go of those sins, and come back in some other type of form here. All right? Yeah, but we got birthing something in reverse. Whatever they're trying to birth is not about to be bought or something like this. This could also be somebody is going to try to convince you. It's like, who go first? Who's going to move first, right? Somebody could, because there's a second scenario, and then we're seeing that somebody's saying, oh, we don't want somebody to birth something here. It could be these bones, okay? Or these bones could be trying to hover over somebody, over these raindrops or these tears or these emotional people. But then we got the rocks are over them. All right. So again, this could be who these people are, or these peaks. Somebody's last name could be Peak or Peaks or Peak Me. And whatever these people birthing something, something is in reverse here. We also got the abyss right here with this coin either going in or out of it. Okay. And we got some gems, okay, jewels dropped, or jewels Santana, or some kind of gems or jewels that's being dropped. We also got a pearl wedged up into this thing right here. All right, this black pearl or this Pearl Hawkins energy, something is in reverse. This could be another copycat me, and this Aquarius energy, which I think is Brandon Spencer or offspring of that person. All right, and I don't know. It's like if you leave, these people can't birth something. These groups, or like I said, they're not birthing nothing. They're getting out of here. They're going back to wherever they're from. I don't know where that is. Could be an underwater plant. I'm about to say plantation, something like this. Or like I said, somebody don't want to birth nothing with you or me, and they want you to get out. Get out, Jesus. Get out of here. You're getting on our nerves. Get out of here. When it's laid flat. So there's a lot of stuff in like the movies like Game of Thrones and House of Dragons and stuff that is people that know the Bible so well, or it was programmed with a chip in their head, and they try to stick with that narrow thing, but expand on it because you didn't stay narrow. Behind the scenes or in front of people, you studied the Bible, but behind the scenes, you were creating movies and things like this. Okay, you were creating movies. You were creating things. Oh. Um. And you were putting the word of God and blaspheming God by putting the words of God in these things and putting little sneaky disses and little twists in these shows, knowing that people watch TV more than they read, or these are networks and things like this that capture millions and billions of people, not followers, but millions and billions of watchers or whatever. What was I gonna say? Throughout the nation or the worldwide, they capture lots of audience, lots of minds. Now, there's also something about watchers. I was thinking also these are people that watch shows and interpret them or something like this. Now, these people could be like maybe again what we teach, but that means that we're already 100 steps ahead. What I teach, say somebody always been in my head. When new shows and shit come out, they like to see what I think when I'm watching a movie. Somebody could have tried to show them how I think, and then they produce a whole bunch of these people so that they don't only have to look at me when it comes to Hollywood, because somebody could be Hollywood itself, okay, or that star, or that, not an Aquarius, but that's a different type of star, right? Like Hollywood herself, like the energy, or okay, I was just thinking about that. Like before when it was not a good thing, it was looked down upon for people to kiss in movies and stuff like this back in the day. And then we got to that same we got to this energy today where we're already beyond that, people having full-blown sex and all kind of scenes or whatever you like. All right, but then we even noticed that little stuff was being slipped into the background, or on somebody's clothing, or the way that the jeans were, or when people do breakdowns on shows and stuff, they're like, oh yeah, but you didn't see the symbolism when she was sitting in the car. She had that red dress on, and she had them one shoes on, and then she had that bow in her hair. It kind of looked like from the side a devil horn. You didn't get the so now a lot of people are breaking it down even that intense. Okay, so we're just doing like a little roundabout here. Okay, this could also be the gesture energy, or this is like Michael Jackson and Prince, but both of them has sinned against God in some type of way that they can't stand up. These could be two horns. All right, this could be like the two horns, because they got the Tupac and Biggie. Again, two horns, these two horns. But there's also Taurus energy based here, deep inside of something here. All right. And then we have world leaders that also are closer to these people than you think. But if you knew about this, you cannot be taking them serious like you think you is when you're looking at them. If you know that Putin was over on Tupac's couch at one point in time, kicking it, smoking the blunt. But then when they clean themselves up, but it's illegal. You might even get your fucking head split if you ever show footage of one of these people doing that. But it doesn't mean that they weren't. These could also just be puppets that they use. Somebody just put their hand in there and start, showing us, oh, look what they were doing at this meeting in the union. We don't know what the fuck they said in there. We don't know nothing. We don't know these real people. We don't know if 1,000 hackers took over the country and they're just showing us these couple of little clips on the news so we can think we know what's going on in these people's head or what they actually doing, on a widespread level. Understand? So we got the Queen of Wands here. All right. And then we got 2 lions. This could also be, like I said, somebody could be trying to claim this throne, but if these people might end up looking silly because I heard somebody say I'm in charge. So I know that they got the boyfriends of my people. They have my people. They have all of these people tapped into my frequency. So they know what I'm thinking, whether I say it or not. My children, their boyfriends, it doesn't matter if they're married or not. They're tying them into my frequency, and I don't want that. All right. It's not giving me a chance to protect myself or to prepare my thoughts or something like this. Okay. So again, I was hearing I'm in charge or something like this. Okay. That song. This could be somebody that's trying to turn 2 lions, but like I said, I think that somebody might not be a lion. So this could be also me standing on the top of these particular 2 lions. Okay. There could be somebody at this place or the facility here. All right. And again, they got a cap on. And whatever they put this cap on, somebody could smoke cigarettes, but they could be trying to talk shit about you smoking cigarettes. I'm not sure. All right. But yeah, somebody could also be a girl. Okay. There could be a marriage here. Okay. Where they use the seed of the original child, like I said. They could have used the seed of the original child or something like this. The one that was barricaded allegedly, or if it was a big scene or if it was real, I don't know. Some of this is for the fact to put the image of this person going through that in their mind, right? And then to try to challenge me because I'm standing my ground. It's the only thing I found after I look up. It's the only thing that I found, is standing my particular ground at this point in time that I could do. Okay. And somebody going to try to say, oh, girl, why you don't just leave that person? How do you even know what me and this person is going through if I only got 5 to be, for this shit to be lit like this on all of my platforms, Instagram, all these other places? That's meddling. This is some type of meddling. So if you join a networking team or technology to use technology thinking that we can't see your hands to tear apart another woman on her journey or to tear apart the Christ or to do something like this so that you can get an opportunity or you could be that person or you said in your heart that you wanted to rise above me and you think that you're going to be able to do this and then something ain't going to come back around and whack you right off that high horse? Or are you trying to say I'm prideful or not? Because even if you think it in your heart, even if you think it in your head, even if you say who say in their heart that I love this Christ, but they don't, or they just say with their mouth that we want to make America great again, but you don't. You got another plan. All right. So this is the intent to harm. All right. So it could be a big lion here, this male lion or something that may not be too happy right now. They may not be getting the victory here. Okay. This could also be this person ain't a lion anyway. Just like somebody met me in school. They sent somebody towards me back in the day. I told you it's either this Billy William energy or whatever. Because I thought about that because my daughter was like, "Oh, what do you think his name is? His name is this or whatever. His name is because Billy is short for William." But I was thinking not that many. Usually somebody named their kid Billy. Back in the day in the 40s, 50s. Billy. They just name. Usually people that's called William, they just say William or Will. You got to be going out of your way to call your child, even though it can be short for that. I just think, is that really what that is? Or was it that way for a person that was very popular, even maybe just in the spirit realm? Because most Williams that I know, they call themselves William. Or they call themselves Will. They don't go out of their way to call themselves Billy. So that's why I was thinking it got to be the same thing with my person being Derek, but we call him Joe. It don't got nothing to do. His name ain't Joseph or they name nothing like that. But that's what we was calling him. Most time that I know him, that's what I've been calling him. His sister gave him that name, and people just was using it. Okay. But I just feel like even the so-called black people in the 40s and 50s, you don't think that somebody would go through that depth, even if this was something that, like, what group, what culturally, how many, if they did a study, how many people in the Arabic culture or have the name William anyway? How many straight bone Islamic people or Arabic people have the name Billy, first of all, or William? Okay. And then how many Williams in the world actually call themselves Billy as opposed to William or Will or Willie or something like this? Something very significant about this. This could also be if they're doing mind control or MK or any other, the monotalk or whatever it is, things, or if they're doing like the Mandela effect or something on people, or they're doing something like this. Think about our parents when they was going to school. They must have dealt with a lot more adversity than we do today. Like in your face. They energetically fuck with us now heavily, I think. But I was thinking about that too. If they find these parents that darkest spot or what hurt them the most, or when they was being treated bad as a black person, so they wish they was white, or they wish that they was Chinese, or they wish they could live in another country, or think about how many times you made a wish as a child and you didn't know that there was people that was actually doing these things. But now that you realize that you have power, they say, oh, the door is closed now or something like this, and that you could use this to channel up something else or drudge up something else. All right, it's too late. The gap is filled. There's no something here. Or how many times have I said something like this? I want this. I want to have the first Timu. I want to have this first Timu company in America. Something like this, and somebody else is doing something with it. Or I want to have the first Shein in America or something. Some of this shit could probably be already here, but you get what I'm saying, okay? So again, we got this victory of this older, or whoever this, I don't know, this person that was supported by these black people or something like this. This could be somebody that was walking the path with these black people, and then they noticed that these black people, forsook them. Okay, they could have went against me or you or somebody else, against God or something. And this is what usually really puts these people in servitude. It's not just because they black and dirty and stinky and the white man said I should be able to do this and that and blah blah blah. It's not that. Because again, half of these people that we talking to on this channel don't even realize that the real white people don't have nothing to do with a Caucasian skin color or a lighter pink hue. All right. It's also going to be the energy of the baby lion energy here with the royal coat of arms. All right. Somebody could also be working with black people or something to rally up and use their emotions to lead them into a burning building or some kind of beef or something that they really don't want to be associated with at the end of the day. All right. So somebody sent me the song a minute. I'm in charge, but I don't see this person. All right. I feel like this is me. Okay. And I will not regard any children that was ripped from my womb, plucked from it, taken away from me, and raised with a whole different group of people. If I didn't even, that's why I'm saying I'm not even been able to actively be the queen. Why would I allow you? Is everything that was created out of me is illegitimate. It can't now, never, whatever this is, take this throne until when I pass away, then I can write something in my will and say, okay, let's open it up for auditions. Let me see who fits the part. Somebody already did this with me. I was already chosen, and nobody gonna fucking change it. You can't bring Elizabeth back from the dead as a zombie that's controlled by China and then have her start coming against me and try to say, oh, I changed my mind. I really don't want it to be you that wears my crown now when I was heavily chosen before. You get what I'm saying? It's something weird. Hold on. Something weird that somebody's trying to do like that. All right. Only some men that think they could tell women what to do, and then they find a female like me because I listen to God. Okay. And then you want to try to say, oh, well, lose 50 pounds and then we'll see. Bitch, I already been chosen. Lose your motherfucking tongue for thinking you could talk out of line to me. Lose your sight. Lose your mind. Okay. So somebody like tried it was like the test run with me or something like this. But I don't know. I feel like all this stuff has to happen. I'm not going up to anybody and say, hey, don't do that. That's the real strength of a mustard seed, and that's the real faith. You're not gonna tell me something in my face, and I'm not gonna open my mouth and tell you, no, I see something different than that. You know what I'm saying? You're not gonna do that, but I'm not gonna sit there and argue with you too much about it, and I'm not gonna sit here and try to persecute. I'm not gonna knock on your door, right? Because if you look at the Jehovah Witnesses, when they knocking on people's doors, that's going to get that. Because we was trying to compare like what it's like if somebody went between something that God put together. That's even my mind. That's even my body. So for somebody to put some illness in my body to try to make it like my foot don't work right or my breast don't lactate, you're messing with the way God put me together. And there's going to be persecutions for that. You're messing with the way of God putting together the plan for me by trying to publicly humiliate me or show people secretly without me being aware that I'm not the one after I was already chosen. You going against God's plan. God put together this journey for me. God put together this calling for me. God put together all these things for me, and all these people think they put together the table for me. Everybody else ate at it. God put all these things together for me, and you think that you could take it and then charge me for yelling out or screaming out or saying, no, this is not, I am this person. Oh, that's pride. No, that's setting the fucking record straight. Because it also says in the Bible, don't leave nothing written that's not true. That's why I use the cards with the Bible in real time and pull on the energy of what's going on now. Because again, these robots only know how to keep the shit going. You're going to keep in a perpetual something because they only know the words. They know what, it ain't nothing about no, oh, you got to be with the alignment with the stars and da-da-da, woo. That's not, no. No. It's something else that's already built up inside of you. It should be activated. Should not have to look outside yourself. But again, if you're looking at things, watching things on TV, stuff like this, of course, you're going to see certain things. And they're going to also activate things for you to think about something a little bit more outside the box or in a certain way or more direct way or whatever this is. Okay. So again, only the devil would tell a man to go and get a divorce secretly from his wife because he won the lottery or because she got a big inheritance and he wanted the money. Only be able to get in between, you know. You see what I'm saying? So whatever this is, something got in between. When you was having a lot of sex with this man or this woman, they was already plotting and planning this. So the devil been got in. It wasn't when you stopped having sex that much with this man or this woman. For you was protecting yourself, and surely right. And we will not sit here and let people like that be punished, or something like this, because the whole world is watching while these people are trying to sneak demons in or demon clones that look just like your spouse and trying to get them to have sex with you. No, this is about your discernment and using your discernment and being very vigilant as well. Okay, that's your job to worry about your temple. In the end, that's the only thing you're gonna get buried in the ground with. And some clothes, probably. I don't even know if they let you keep the clothes after the funeral. So, a Queen of Wands could be doing something here, witchcraft or something, to get somebody to let go of a marriage, and then they end up killing this male, and then now they sitting at the top. But we know that killers don't get in heaven, especially with their intentions or what their works is. Oh, you kill people and take their identity and take their finances and try to enslave them. You try to enslave another man, or you owe a man or a woman something from when you married them and you took all their money and you never paid them a cent back. And not only that, you made sure that when you snuck out the back door as a snake, that you made sure that you didn't have to pay them nothing. And even if you did, you sent it to somebody else's house and you gave it to them. You understand? And if somebody said, fix that, you better send that money to that damn woman that you was really married to. They said, okay. They sent it to somebody else's house that they having sex with and they enjoying right now. So the money is, and the woman is spending the money right back on the man. So the man really ain't paying child support. He just paying a woman to sit in a position to pay him when he could have just did that with his wife in the first place, and maybe he will still have her. interested. Because some of these niggas still have you and they over there doing something all different. And this shit is going to end with me. Because maybe, you know what I'm saying? Maybe somebody haven't been able to explain it this way. To have these people persecuted in such a way. And then this person still have a key code to get in, and when he gets sick he can come lay at the foot of your bed like in some dark clothes, or poke his little penis in your booty hole and get healed, and then run back out the door and keep on with their antics. No thank you. Well, if you don't need me, don't need nothing from me. Meaning don't keep nothing from me, don't keep nothing from my estate, don't keep nothing from my nothing. Don't keep that title, motherfucker, you got when you married me. None of that. It was making me think a lot deeper about when she said in that movie, ask for your hand in marriage, your filthy hand in marriage. Because some people is finding out that the same person that you married is not the person that's here now. The family created that with intent to harm your reputation, your image, to make graven images of you or show bad sides of you or something like this to some group of people that ain't even the real council no more. You don't even have jobs no more. The whole thing is done for. Mm-hmm. That's why I said, whoever they giving this like you cuss and you smoke. Whoever they trying to squeeze into your spot, they cuss more than you and they smoke. And they steal and they kill and they rob and they pillage and they rape. And you don't do any of those things. Somebody can't steal something. They made a mistake or something when they ended a union. Somebody found, when I told y'all about 4 years ago that they were going to be having everything on like line so that somebody can come in there and be like, oh, just put that we're divorced. I want to go fuck around a little bit. And then this is somebody that was still concerned about something, not God, not the fear of God, not the fear of the person, but the fear of not being able to keep all of their money. If you made money with me, nigga, you gonna pay me. You all the curses that's gonna come upon your people from you not paying me what you owe me. I don't care if you was making money off of me and I didn't know it. It was off of me. So you gonna pay me. Cause somebody keeps sending me that, oh, I'm a pimp. You know, you can't get $1 out of me. Good thing I ain't no bitch. Good thing I ain't no dog. But you giving dogs, you giving bitches, and you giving dogs your money. You think you ain't gonna give you think you ain't gonna give the Queen of Wands or the lion that's active, the sun, the money? Gotta take your motherfucking life. We got the tower. For the okie doke to kill these people with a weapon, but God said, go to the scriptures or go to the word. I'm the word. In the beginning was the word, when the word was with God, and the word is God. And so we're just going within. With that sword. The sword was also God, Christ's speech or Jesus' speech. Right? Something's getting blocked. I'm seeing that 3 of Pentacles from that other deck here. Somebody's being enlightened about what somebody did, how they orchestrated something or whatever this is. And this also bringing a tower here. This could also be an AI person. Okay? Like the devil could be just using AI, but God might got AI too to combat that. All right? Somebody's becoming aware as to why or how something happened. These are famous people went through some of this stuff too, possibly, or you're the some of us ain't earthly. We just, okay? That's why shit about to change. Now, hiding amongst men, or God placed these people in these, oh, God put angels or something like this. Okay. Could have put Christ in your family too. You could have knew it all this time too. People are brainwashing their own self and the people in their groups and stuff like this because they're trying to get rid of the old dirt that they did to someone. Or they choose another person, another human, and just say, put all my information in that human. I like that human. Put it in that person. Nobody will never guess that my secrets are being held by my hairdresser or by my, my trainer or something like this. Or just a random person that I seen at a festival. To hide all the things that I did against the Christ, so I can make it to the pearly gates. You see what I'm saying? All right. So somebody's definitely, you could be mad at your people. You could want to kill your husband, but in some of these, they signed over to something, or they're not even here. They're dead. They're not letting the dead rest. You're still using their image to walk around as if they still alive, so you can still steal something from somebody. You're already gone. Why you a grown ass man sitting around this woman house trying to take these men? Ain't no different than the men that was sitting there letting their wife pay all the bills, and they sit there and they with their homies and drink 40 ounces and play video games all day. These men that we talk, no matter how much money they got, they're not. There's no different. What's the difference? You could have been in a 50-year relationship and nobody ever put you on game. That let the devil in. So the little time that in the past 3 years, you 50 years old, 40 years old, waking up in the past 3 years, you've been kind of funny about giving this person some because you see something in them. You see what I'm saying? So somebody's like, oh, it's the glimmer in in her eyes. No, that's a chip, and that's a chip. And the only reason why you want, because you've already unplugged that person, you turned it into a voodoo doll. The glimmer can also be the way somebody think. You know, it could also be blinding lights, or I'm getting like something about mirror magic or reflection. The eyes that watch somebody, their eyes were watching God, but those eyes were in reverse in that reading earlier. So those eyes could be watching the devil, or it's something that they doing in the dark. Okay. All right. Yeah, something is being uncovered from the dark. Okay. Mesmerizing. Yeah. And again, somebody could be trying to max somebody down or something. Somebody could be in this energy where they acting cold. Why you gotta be so cold? And so this is why these people is not, they can't get you emotional or something. And they say, oh, look at this demon. They don't have emotions no more. That's a zombie. It's one of the dead ones. No, you're not getting the response out of me that you're gonna get, so you can't get this success. Because I already read the room. All right. And this Princess of Cups, the shell energy. Okay. This shell gas station, this shit is about to be canceled. It's a cease and desist. You can't. We'll have to go through just like one article, kind of see what they could be doing. But I already know what you're doing. I know that type of energy that you're using. I know what type of time you on. They could have sacrificed this child. They stole this child from me. The original daughter killed this child. And then they could have also raised this child up to be, they could have zombified this child and make them be this Queen of Wands at the top of me and another lion. Okay. But I don't know. All right. Something is being exposed with these lavender children. When somebody was doing this lavender stuff, some children was created, or some seeding. This could be seeding the clouds, or I'm talking about not just SEED, but CEDE. Okay, to seed, to populate, to with this energy. Something is being something is in reverse, and something is being closed. It's like somebody like, oh yeah, shut down this program, we don't need it no more, because somebody don't want you to look deeper into what was going on in the Obama administration with some type of seeding. All right, now these people could have thought they was doing this for God or me, but I never asked you for that. These other bitches, Mommy Watson them, was asking you for that. These other women that you keep on trying to put above Christ or something like this, or above God, they're the ones that told you that. We got this Majorcas or this turtle energy in reverse. This could be also somebody that is, it's like somebody that loved their daughter, but they love the granddaughter too, or somebody love you, but they also love your daughter. Okay, in some creepy way. All right. Somebody don't have charisma. All right. So somebody might have a glimmer in their eye, but I kind of give me like a glimmer in the eye, but that's not really what it is. The bitch sizing you up, dude. Okay, you under a spell for somebody. We got charisma here. All right. Yeah, we got charisma. This could also be women that kind of have a look to them. You can tell that they evil. That's really what you want to say. Somebody prefer to be lovers with people that are wicked. They don't have charisma. They don't have life, but they have, negative thoughts or ideas or, things that they could do to people to harm them. Or these are people that like to see people being afflicted. Okay. So somebody's stability is going to be, okay. All right. You might not be out in the cold. Okay. This could also be something about science leveling out something here. All right. Or they use science. When science is in the upright, it's in the upright. So let's just pull 3 more on that. Hold on 1 second. Oh, shoot, y'all. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? They want you to vouch for something, but do you really know the whole clause? That's what they've been doing this whole time. That's why I don't have to regard any of these plans that we don't have to, okay, that they're making. Yeah, somebody's not rejecting someone. All right. And then we got charisma. For sure, they're not rejecting you. Somebody's like, okay, hold on, man. This bitch about to snap. Or something like this, okay? And we got something ain't over yet, okay? All right. Somebody is going to be challenging the darkness or the underworld for something that they've been doing here, okay? When it comes to the strength card. So somebody's realizing that the strength energy has been in the upright, okay? Or America has been in the upright. Some people in the underworld is going to be punished because of some stuff that they was coming up here sneaking and scheming and doing. Because somebody still sees somebody as special, okay? All right. Somebody's also an opportunist or they just want to win. They want to be successful with something. They want to win something. Right? But somebody's like really in trickster energy. The Fool is the first thing out here. And they might be saying that they can't birth nothing, but that don't mean you can't birth nothing. Something is off here. Somebody could be being sent off to jail. Somebody could be on the run. I was getting with that. He liked the way I wobble. Somebody do crimes or something in one place, and then they move to another place, and then they move to another place, or something like this. All right. And then we have the fates here. They won't stop. They keep popping up. All right. With the star energy. But there's the Ace of Wands here. Somebody's dashing this family to pieces. So with the Iron Rod, that's not somebody that's really going to be in no lovey-dovey situation. They're striking people on the top of their head or their house with this wand, and that's just it. With authority. They're taking what belongs to them or taking something back. And this is calling some type of 5 of Wands warfare, because these people could be having, like, that's why I'm saying this is so gross. It goes beyond rape and pillage, because if I said, ew, I'm not interested in any of these people or something, but you're breaking me down and trying to weaken me so that you could still have something that look like me around you, that's sick. That's sick. This could be a Queen of Wands energy that's in reverse. Okay, somebody might not be, it could be a Queen of Wands. This could be a Leo energy. This could be this Mystic Beauty energy or something like this. Somebody's from the South. Somewhere where it's hot right now. All right. With this Queen of Cups. Somebody's fighting. This is a Pisces. A Pisces and a Leo or something like this. Okay. That's not getting away with this shit that they did this time. They just can't. When it comes to somebody that's a dreamer or somebody that, they dig around in your brain when you sleep, steal your ideas and stuff like this, this person is being lifted up here. Somebody's understanding that people did take these people's, and again, if you beaten down, trodden down or something, there is going to be a renewal here, okay, for somebody, all right? But I feel like there's something about the table is not set or something like this, or the table is in reverse, or somebody's like, but you're not about to be sitting at this table, or this ain't your table. But I feel like they're not going to be, whoever's trying to make that assumption, they're not, Six of Wands, they're not going to be victorious in this. All right, because they had somebody captive. This is somebody finding out that you had the Queen of England trapped some kind of way all this time, or the heir to the throne. Yeah, they was in a situation where, but they was bound like this, so they wasn't able to do nothing about that. They didn't have the means to protect themselves. They were bound in some type of way, and now somebody is sad. All right, somebody could have been trying to downplay you or play your energy or something like this. Hold on one second.